My three clear expectations for SAP leadership at Sapphire in Orlando. One, deliver concrete Joule adoption metrics, not aspirations. Stop talking about potential, show real customer numbers. How many enterprises are running Joule in production? What measurable business outcomes have they achieved? Accenture has set the benchmark publicly with 57,000 hours saved and a global close cut from 5 days to 3. If SAP cannot match that with at least 5 named customer success stories of comparable substance, the DSAG figure of 3% SAP native AI adoption will continue to define the narrative regardless of how strong the underlying platform actually is. 2. Demonstrate the integrated data strategy in a working live demo. Reltio, Dreamio, Prior Labs, Business Data Cloud, Joule. 5 names, 1 promise. Christian Klein and Philipp Herzig need to walk on stage in Orlando and show in one continuous demo how SAP and non-SAP data flow through Dreamio into Business Data Cloud. Get cleaned by Reltio, get interpreted by a tabular foundation model from Prior Labs, and drive a Joule agent that takes real business action. No slideware, no vision diagrams, a live working and end-to-end flow. That is the only proof that the $3 billion acquisition strategy is more than the press release. 3. Fix the IPI policy publicly, clearly, and with binding commitments. And here is my personal statement on this as someone who lives in client projects every day. I believe the current API policy direction is wrong. SAP customers who have spent the last 12 months building AI agents and documented SAP APIs with real engineering investment, real organizational change, real business outcomes have had the legal foundation for those investments shifted under their feet with a policy update that was published with little fanfare. This is a breach of trust, regardless of how legitimate the underlying infrastructure protection concerns may be. You cannot credibly position SAP as the open data foundation of the enterprise with Dreamio, with Apache Iceberg, with Polaris, while simultaneously closing the API layer that customers need to actually use that openness. The two strategies contradict each other, and ServiceNow is exploiting that contradiction in real time at Knowledge 2026, positioning itself as the neutral open governance layer that SAP refuses to be. What I expect from SAP leadership at Sapphire is 3 things in writing with binding commitments. First, grandfather every existing customer integration explicitly and publicly. No customer who built in good faith should pay for a policy change. Second, publish a transparent, fair use model with clear contractual limits, not opaque rate limits buried in product documentation. Third, separate performance protection from competitive protection. Throttling for system stability is legitimate. Blocking third-party AI agents categorically is not. This is the moment that defines whether SAP is generally open or selectively open. There is no middle ground. And if Christian Klein walks on stage without addressing the API policy head-on, customers will read that silence as confirmation of their worst fear, lock in by contract. The platform is strong, acquisitions are right, fundamentals are intact. Do not let an API policy decision undermine all of that. Fix it at Sapphire.